Hey guys, Tech Timmy here. So today I am down on the floor because we're going to be doing a review of the iTouchless SensorCan. This is going to be a brutally honest review of what I like about this kitchen trash can with the motion sensor. You just saw it go up there, and I'm going to tell you what I think is great about the SensorCan, and also a couple things that I think are really lame, and I'll also explain why I bought this Rubbermaid trash can instead of getting another SensorCan. Let's get into the video.
Oh boy, it's Tech Timmy time.
All right, so I'm going to start off with telling you guys what I like about this trash can, and then I will save pretty much my scathing thoughts for the end of the video, and I'll explain why I bought this Rubbermaid kitchen trash can to replace this one. So I don't know if you can see. Well, okay, so I'm gonna the positives. When I first got this, so it's very nice looking. It is, the stainless steel design is nice. Super! It does live up to its claim of not really capturing fingerprints, so fingerprints have never been an issue. And when I first got it, maybe for the first 6 months or so, I was in love with it. It actually worked well with a couple little quirky things. And then maybe, this is going back, I think it was 2 months ago, I knocked it over, and here's what happened. So, first of all, this cracked on the top. I don't know if you guys caught that already. The top did go flying, and it flipped over, and I think that's probably why it broke. But the general issue with it that I have with this is the durability, and I guess I'm getting into the negatives right away.
Hey there, it's me, Oscar the Grouch.
So the durability of this thing is not great. And then when the top fell, the bottom, I don't know if you can tell what's going on there, but it lost its shape, and I could never get the cover to go back on perfectly. And then right on cue, we're seeing another problem. This is the scent, or the filter that's supposed to block out smells. This, to me, has been a non-starter for the most part.
Why am I such a misfit?
And I really noticed no difference between this and a regular trash can with odors. I do use a scented trash bag, so maybe that was a factor, but this is also really hard to install on there. I'm not going to do that in this video. I have a separate video on my channel that will show you how to get this to install, but it's kind of confusing in terms of how this attaches to the lid, and it falls off easily, as you just saw. So that's another negative. And then I would just say, again, my main issue with this is the overall durability.
I am not just a nitwit.
The other thing is that it's super sensitive. So when I walk by, so I have this in my hallway, which is a narrow space. Of course, it's not going to do it now, but what happens is when I walk by, it goes up every time. And that has been somewhat frustrating. I was not expecting it to be that sensitive. My understanding is the Rubbermaid one that I bought is a little bit less sensitive. I'm going to do an unboxing and then later a review of the Rubbermaid one as well that also has the motion sensitivity. All right, so I did jump into the negatives. I will say a couple more positives. The battery life on this thing, so it's 2D batteries, has been phenomenal. So the batteries lasted, I want to say 6 months before I had to change them at all. So that was nice. And then there's both a wired and then a wireless option. So I believe, I don't know if I can actually. So that's where you would plug it in if you didn't want to deal with the batteries. But I would say that if you're using this thing, one of the biggest benefits is the batteries for sure, because the battery life is awesome. And also the door opens at a nice clip, opens and closes at a nice clip where, you know, you basically, I've never had an issue where it's closing down when I'm trying to put the trash in. So as you can see, and then there it closes. And so when you have your hands full in the kitchen and you're trying, and which has happened many times if I'm cooking or whatever, and trying to get rid of debris, that it just works great. So that part of it's good. So a little too sensitive. The durability on this thing is definitely a question. Again, I knocked it over, and I knocked it over pretty good, and it went flying. So there is that. But the durability of this thing is questionable in my view, particularly because, as I had said, so there's a real crack there. So it's not just that white, there you go. So maybe at that angle, you can actually see where it's cracked right here. So there's a real crack there. And that white bit, I think, is just where it got scuffed up. I could probably clean that off, but since I've been replacing it, I really didn't want to do that. But then the bottom part as well got dented, and the top just never really seated on there right again, and it's been frustrating. Of course, I probably should have emptied the trash before filming this video. And then also, so customer service is a thing. So for questions and parts, there's an 800 number right there. You have also options to open and close the can using these buttons. So if I turn off the sensitivity, I believe that will, I can't remember how this works actually now. So open, oh, that's open. So close. So you can use the buttons to open and close it as well. Of course, I have the motion sensitivity on, but you get the idea there. So you can do it manually if you want. The main issue that I have with this is the durability, obviously. So that's definitely been a thing. And like I said, what I'll do is I will drop links to both of these. If you're really sold on this and you want to buy it, I would say, go ahead and try it. I will drop links to both this one and the new Rubbermaid one down below. There will be affiliate links if you use them. All proceeds go to support the channel, and I appreciate that. So I will include links to both of these so you can compare for yourself. But I would say just know going in that if you do buy this guy, that there are some issues with durability. And then if you're in a tight space or a very tight space here, the motion sensitivity is very sensitive and it cannot be adjusted. At least I have found no way to adjust it. And then the other thing is that this, what they call a odor filter, has really been a non-starter. So I thought, oh, very cool. This trash can is actually going to suck the odors into the filter. But if you have stinky trash, you have stinky trash, and no little filter is going to help with that. And where they call this a thing is kind of annoying in my view.
Is that all you got? Is that all you got? Is that all you got?
I took a few notes. I just want to make sure I covered everything for you guys. The other thing is other people have complained that the sensor itself, I have not experienced this myself, but other people have claimed that the sensor itself degrades over time. So I did notice that when the batteries start to die, the sensitivity gets a little bit weaker. Put new batteries in and it's zippy. The batteries right now are actually end of life. So again, I got 6 months use. I've had this for about a year. And then, like I said, about 3 months ago, I had that accident. It tipped and it really dented up pretty good. And I got the crack on the top and I was just like, oh man, what a bummer that this didn't hold up a little better. So there is that. I'm hoping the Rubbermaid one does. I actually plan to do an unboxing of that, the Rubbermaid one, next because I want to replace this Christmas tomorrow. And I'm trying to get ready for some company here. So anyhow, if you guys have experience with either one of these, drop a comment down below and let me know. And if you got any value from this, if you wouldn't just mind, give me a quick thumbs up. Helps out the channel a lot. And stop looking at my trash. And please subscribe for Fun Take a Tech. I do all sorts of videos about tech. Hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.